So obviously I've written one of the child's name and I must have made a mistake. So they've called every class when they now got to my class. So they were saying the person's name, but obviously I was like, that's not the right name, that's not the right name. Next thing said was, oh, you should have done it properly. And that was done in front of like every single person. It was a total embarrassment for myself. And since that day that happened, wow, I just thought to myself, wow. Either way, I just overlooked it because I just said, you know what, fair enough. Next time I just won't make that kind of mistake. When you're in that NQT year, is a year which you have to pass. And that NQT year is made up of 3 terms. Autumn term, spring term, and the summer term. And you have to pass all 3 terms to now be fully qualified as a teacher. And after that event happened in the first 2 weeks, whoa, it really hit me. But I just said, you know what, I'm here to pass the 3 terms. So anything that comes with it, I'm just gonna accept it as it is. During my NQT year, a lot of things happened. A lot of things happened. Obviously, not everything I'm gonna go into, but I'm gonna just say 1 or 2 of them. As a teacher, planning takes a long time. Especially if you're a newly qualified teacher, it takes you longer than teachers that have been teaching for a very long time. So you have to sacrifice a lot of your weekends. Every day we get together and we talk about what we've planned. If I'm planning a maths, I'll tell them, okay, this is what we're doing in maths and this is how we're gonna do it, this is how we should do it, these are the worksheets. And my colleagues, they will say, oh yeah, it's fine. But by the time I'm about to teach the maths, they've spoken to themselves and they change it. They've changed it completely. They've changed them. And obviously it came to the point where instead of me giving my best every weekend, trying to plan my fullest content, trying to give my best in terms of my planning, it came to the point where I was just doing the basic because I knew every time I presented to my other colleagues, they would end up changing it. And obviously at that time, it was hard to say, okay, this is not right, because they would just turn around and say, we're trying to support him because he's an NQT. But there was one critical part for me that after that happened, I just said, you know what, a week before this happened, I was sent onto a behavioural course. And when I was sent onto this behaviour management course, on the course we were told that obviously as a teacher, if you come up with a rule in a class, you have to follow that rule. You can't come up with that rule and then you change it. The children, at that time, we were doing design technology and it was based on making a sandwich. So what the children did was they had to draw the sandwich to show what they were making in terms of their sandwich. Once they've done that, then the following week they had to create the sandwich. I told the children, I said, listen, any child that obviously misbehaved, does not follow my instruction, they won't be getting to make the sandwich. And remember, on the behaviour course, they said if you make a rule, you have to stick to by that rule. It came to the day we were making a sandwich, and I saw a few children weren't following my instructions, they weren't listening. So I said, okay, you know what, you're not going to make a sandwich. The children made a sandwich, others didn't, because like I said, it